My name is Ho Tin, and today I will be presenting about the topic Are Google reviews on restaurants becoming more genuine? So for my presentation, I will be introducing my data science question, then elaborating on why is this question important. I will then explain why is this question also very subjective before I present my analysis, and I will wrap up my presentation with the conclusion. So the data science question is how to use sentiment analysis to evaluate whether Google reviews on restaurants are becoming more truthful. So why is this question important? For customers, many of them heavily depend on the feedback of other customers to decide whether they want to eat at that restaurant or not. If the feedback is flawed or biased, this will mislead other people into making the wrong choice, leading to decreased customer satisfaction and poor dining experiences. As for the restaurants themselves, they will be able to filter out reviews that seem biased and suspicious, and making sure that the Google reviews that are left reflects the true image of the restaurant itself. I think the thing about Google reviews is that every customer experience is unique. Everybody have different ways of expressing their thoughts and opinions. So this means my analysis will never be 100% correct because it is not possible to conclude my findings for all the Google reviews. For example, if I say that if there's too many exaggerated words in a sentence, it's a fake review. But there is a possibility that it's just the way the customer writes it, or maybe he or she genuinely loves the experience very, very much. Not to mention also that some restaurants incentivize fake reviews by encouraging their staff and connections to post good reviews about their restaurant. This makes it harder to determine the authenticity of the review as long as the person writing it has dined there before. So for my project, I'll be comparing between two Italian restaurants in Hong Kong, Carbone and Lucale. For this project, I was able to use Outscraper, which is a web scraping tool for extracting data on Google Maps. The key feature that it has is that I was able to specify the range of dates of the Google review I wanted it to scrape, which made the scraping process a lot easier. So for my project, I was able to scrape and filter out 106 reviews for Carbone and 101 reviews for Lucale. This is because it's different, sorry, from the numbers shown above in the photo, because I removed the Google reviews manually that were not written in English. While I could have used a Google Cloud Translation API to help me, I decided against it from the very beginning because I wanted to ensure the accuracy of my original sentiments, and I think automated translations will skew my analysis. Before I start though, I need to inform that I will not be showing any code in this presentation, so I will put it together at the end of my slides. So the method sentiment analysis, it is definitely more important to understand the comments themselves rather than the rating scores. For this method, I did two sets of analysis for both restaurants. This is because there are some reviews with no comments. This is also another way in which we can identify whether the restaurant has many fake reviews or not. And the way to do this is by counting the number of quote-unquote empty reviews by their rating score. If there exists too many these kind of reviews with 5-star ratings, then there is a very high chance that the reviews are not genuine. The second set of analysis is to use the Affine lexicon sentiments and give each word in the review a value. If there are too many occurrences of words with very extreme values, this is a sign that the reviews may not be genuine as well. So from looking at this Carbone graph, this one has a significantly higher proportion of the reviews being 5-star reviews. So there's a total of 35 reviews here, and there's 29 that are 5-star. So this is around 83%. It's higher than 80%, but only by slightly. So I consider this to be mildly suspicious. Why I say mildly is because one of the possible reasons is that customers think that the restaurant experiences they had was so good that it's pretty much impossible to describe it in words. Coming back to my limitation on how everyone has different ways of expressing themselves, these large number of 5-star reviews, while it could be a sign that there will be one or two that may be fake, it could just be that the customers themselves felt that these experiences were very special and memorable to them. For Lucale, it is a little bit different. In fact, I have more suspicion on the reviews for this one because not only, first of all, the percentages of the 5-star reviews are higher, around 89%, but also the cluster adopts the right of the 1st of January mark. So when there are reviews written like this in a short span of time, this could be written from anonymous fake accounts who simply just want to improve the overall rating of the restaurant, or friends of staff just giving 5-star ratings. Some of them maybe never having actually been to the restaurant. So just looking at the number of empty comments themselves, I think Lucale has a higher chance that amongst those reviews lies a fake review. From this graph, we see that the words outstanding and superb are the words being the most positive, but they do not appear as much as compared to less quote unquote stronger words. In my opinion, I would feel that all of these words are not really attributed to exaggerated language. In fact, they are even part of our everyday language. Outstanding and superb even, they are very commonly used when reviewing food, especially if you watch the YouTube videos by food critics and food experts. But moving on from this graph, this is for Lucale. Outstanding is the only word present in this graph with a sentiment value of 5. Only 5 reviews with this word, however. And on the other hand, the word amazing has above 15 reviews written, which in a way is strange, not because of so many people using this word, but it's so many people using only this word when describing a fulfilling meal and an unforgettable dining experience. So based on the frequencies of the words that I am looking at here, definitely it is a reason to be suspicious of these reviews. Even though amazing is a textbook word used for, again, describing dining experiences, fulfilling meal, and good quality service. But I believe everyone's way of describing things are different. This looks like it is too much of a coincidence to me. So my conclusion after doing this project is that Restaurant Lucale has definitely the higher probability of a fake review being present. So the Google reviews on Restaurant Lucale the past year may be becoming not so genuine. But it is after doing this project, I realized how hard it is to answer this question. This is because there are really so many factors that come into play. It's not very simple to conclude that this review is fake just by analysis. One example of these factors is the usage of the English words themselves. For example, we saw the word amazing having a much higher frequency compared to other words under the reviews for Lucale. This could be super exaggerated biased reviews, but it could also be that this is the most common word to describe something that is good. In the graphs we looked at for reviews with empty comments, it is very difficult to distinguish between what is a fake review and what is a review written by someone who really loves the restaurant and cannot use words to express it. Therefore, I think this analysis should not be used as a tool to classify Google reviews as fake and real, but rather as a tool to increase awareness where everyone from customers to businesses will know more about fake reviews and how to spot one. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for your time.